मैं हूँ रश्मि चौधरी एंड वेलकम टू दिस वीडियो सीरीज। यहाँ हम कवर करेंगे नितिन सिंघानिया की आर्ट एंड कल्चर की फिफ्थ एडिशन जो कि लेटेस्ट एडिशन है। इस किताब को हम थॉरली रीड करेंगे, जहाँ ज़रूरत पड़ेगी समझाएंगे भी, और साथ ही यूपीएससी और स्टेट पीएससीज में आए हुए प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करेंगे। इस सीरीज में एक वीडियो 30 से 35 मिनट्स की होगी, बट इफेक्टिव होगी। 40 से 45 लेक्चर्स में पूरी किताब कवर हो जाएगी। अगर आपने ये सीरीज 3 से 4 बार देख ली तो बिल्कुल ये किताब आपके दिमाग में छप जाएगी एंड योर एक्यूरेसी विल डेफिनेटली इंक्रीज। ऑल्सो आपका रिवीजन काफी आसान हो जाएगा। तो अगर आपको रिवीजन के साथ साथ वैल्यू एडिशन भी करना है तो ये सीरीज पूरी फॉलो करें। आपको बस अपने पास ये किताब रख कर मुझे सुनना है और इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट्स मार्क करने हैं। सो विदाउट एनी फर्दर डिले लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड।
हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल घटना सूत्र। यहाँ हम कवर कर रहे हैं नितिन सिंघानिया की फिफ्थ एडिशन की आर्ट एंड कल्चर की किताब, जो कि लेटेस्ट एडिशन है। और हम यहाँ पे चैप्टर 8 कवर कर रहे थे, जिसमें हमें कंटिन्यू करना है विद द यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट्स ऑफ 2010 विच वर डिक्लेयर्ड। तो इसमें है जंतर मंतर, जो कि है जयपुर राजस्थान में, नॉट द वन लोकेटेड इन दिल्ली। तो इसको किसने बिल्ड किया था? तो बिल्ड इन द अर्ली 18th सेंचुरी बाय राजपूत किंग सवाई जय सिंह। ये क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी 2000 यूपीपीसीएस सॉरी यूपीपीसीएस 2005 में आया हुआ है। So this should be noted down. Designed to observe astronomical positions with the naked eye, a set of 19 astronomical instruments are installed at this site to make accurate observations. It features the world's largest stone sundial. It is a manifestation of astronomical skills and knowledge dating back to Mughal times. 2013 की अगर हम बात करें तो 6 हिल फोर्ट्स ऑफ राजस्थान, चित्तौड़ फोर्ट एट चित्तौड़गढ़, रणथंभौर फोर्ट एट सवाई माधोपुर, जैसलमेर फोर्ट एट जैसलमेर, कुंभलगढ़ फोर्ट एट कुंभलगढ़, अमेर फोर्ट एट जयपुर एंड गगरोन फोर्ट एट झालावर ये डिक्लेयर किए गए थे। Magnificent and stalwart exterior of the forts manifests the lifestyle and nature of Rajput rule over the land from 8th to 18th century. These fortifications enclose urban centers, palaces, trading centers, and temples where various forms of art and culture flourished. UNESCO recognized these forts as a serial property, cultural property, and examples of Rajput military hill architecture. ठीक है। 2014 की अगर हम बात करें तो यहाँ पे जो यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट डिक्लेयर किया गया था, इट वाज रानी की वाव, द क्वींस स्टेपवेल, सॉरी द क्वींस स्टेपवेल। और ये कहाँ है? गुजरात में। द लोकेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, लोकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं एग्जाम में। Situated on the banks of Saraswati River, constructed in the 11th century AD, built in Maru Gujara architectural style, designed in the form of an inverted temple to emphasize the sanctity of water, and is endowed with over 1,000 sculptures depicting a combination of religious, mythological, and secular imagery. Rani Ki Vav is featured on the reverse side of 100 rupee, 100 Indian rupee 100 Indian currency नोट। तो ये आपने 3 फैक्ट्स देखे, 200 के बारे में, 500 के बारे में एंड 100 रुपी करेंसी नोट के बारे में। तो ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड। 2016 की अगर हम बात करें तो यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट डिक्लेयर किया गया था द आर्किटेक्चरल वर्क ऑफ ले कॉर्बजियर कैपिटल कॉम्प्लेक्स चंडीगढ़। They are an outstanding contribution to the modern movement. They comprise of 17 sites spread across 7 countries and stands as the testimony to new forms of architectural expression weaved with modern traditions. Of the 17 sites, the majority are located in France. Only one site is located in India, capital complex Chandigarh. They propagate the ideals of modern movements and are also considered a significant response to fundamental issues of architecture and society in the 20th century. नेक्स्ट साइट इज आर्कियोलॉजिकल साइट ऑफ नालंदा महावीरा। कहाँ है ये? बिहार में है। कंसिडर्ड टू बी द मोस्ट एंशियंट यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ द इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट। इसके बारे में हमने डिटेल में प्रीवियस चैप्टर्स में डिस्कस किया है। रिमेन्स ऑफ द मोनास्टिक एंड स्कोलास्टिक institution dating from 3rd century BC to the 13th century AD, includes stupas, shrines, viharas, and important artwork in stucco, stone, and metal. The historical development of the site testifies to the development of Buddhism into a religion. Next, in 2017, historic city of Ahmedabad, located on the banks of Sabarmati River, founded by Sultan Ahmad Shah in 15th century, the city is a testimony to the harmonious existence of diverse religion on this land, which includes the famous Bhadra citadel, accompanied by various mosques, tomb, and well as well as numerous Hindu and Jain temples. The urban fabric consists of densely packed traditional houses and gated traditional streets या फिर puras. 2018 में विक्टोरियन गॉथिक एंड आर्ट डेको एजेम्बलेंस ऑफ मुंबई को डिक्लेयर किया गया था. इट इंक्लूड्स a collection of public buildings designed in Victorian neo-Gothic style in the 19th century and in Art Deco style in the 20th century. Exhibits assimilation of European and Indian values इन द आर्टिस्टिक फीचर. तो ये पूछा जा सकता है जैसे इंडियन एंड पर्शियन के बारे में पूछा गया था, वैसे ही यूरोपियन एंड इंडियन मॉन्यूमेंट्स के बारे में पूछा जा सकता है. फिर 2019 में जयपुर सिटी राजस्थान को ही डिक्लेयर किया गया था यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट में. इट पोर्ट्रेज एन एग्जाम्पलरी डेवलपमेंट इन टाउन प्लानिंग एंड architecture that demonstrates an amalgamation of important exchange of ideas in the late medieval period. It becomes the second city after Ahmedabad to get recognition. This walled city of Jaipur was founded in 1727 under the patronage of Savai Jai Singh II. तो इससे क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. The iconic monuments in the city include Govind Dev Ji Temple, City Palace, Jantar Mantar, Hawa Mahal. और हवा महल से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है यूपीपीसीएस 1992 में, जिसमें पूछा गया था कि हवा महल कहाँ सिचुएटेड है. तो इट इज सिचुएटेड इन जयपुर. ककाटिया रामाप्पा टेम्पल ये तेलंगाना में और 2021 में इसे यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट डिक्लेयर किया गया था. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज द रुद्रेश्वरा लॉर्ड शिवा टेम्पल. इन द टेम्पल लॉर्ड रामलिंगेश्वर इज वर्शिप्ड. It was built by Richarla Senapati Rudra, general of Kakatiya king Ganapati Dev. Its construction was started in 1213 AD and it is said to have continued for the next 40 years. Its foundation was laid using the sandbox technique. The main structure is in reddish sandstone, flooring is granite, and the pillars are made up of black basalt. The temple stands on a 6 feet high star-shaped platform. The Vimana of the temple is made of lightweight porous bricks, also called floating bricks. Marco Polo, during his visit to the Kakatiya dynasty, is believed to have referred to the temple as the brightest star in the galaxy of temples. धोलावीरा हरप्पन सिटी ये गुजरात में है और यूपीपीसीएस 2010 में इसके लोकेशन को लेके क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगेन इट वाज डिस्कस्ड इन प्रीवियस चैप्टर्स एज वेल, बट यहाँ फिर से हम इसको डिस्कस करेंगे. इट इज सिचुएटेड ऑन खादर बेट आइलैंड ऑफ कच्छ डेजर्ट वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी इन द रन ऑफ कच्छ. The ancient city of Dholavira under Harappan civilization is one of the best preserved urban settlements. The site has a fortified citadel, a middle town, and a lower town. It was discovered in 1968 by archaeologist Jagat Pati Joshi. और ये क्योंकि 3 पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है तो इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन छत्तीसगढ़ पीसीएस 2015 में आ चुका है. The elements found here are sophisticated water management system, a large cemetery, bead processing workshops, etc. Evidence of inter-regional trade has also been discovered here. Unlike graves at other Indus Valley civilization sites, no mortal remains of humans have been discovered at Dholavira. Dholavira is the first site of Indus Valley civilization in India to receive UNESCO recognition. So this is also a very important point to be noted. 2023 में अभी recently यहाँ पे नोट करने बोला है. कंचनजंगा जो है नेशनल पार्क इज द ओनली इंडियन वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट टिल डेट डिक्लेयर्ड बाय यूनेस्को अंडर मिक्स्ड कैटेगरी. ठीक है. शांति निकेतन ये कहाँ है? वेस्ट बंगाल में। शांति निकेतन इज लोकेटेड इन बोलपुर टाउन इन बोलपुर सब डिविजन ऑफ बीरभूम डिस्ट्रिक्ट इन द वेस्ट बंगाल. The word Shanti Niketan means abode of peace. The place was originally known as Bhudandang, Bhubandang, as it got its name after Bhuvan Mohan Sinha, a zamindar of Sinha family of Raipur. Later, Maharshi Tagore, father of Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, renamed it as Santi Niketan because of its favorable environment for meditation. Later, Rabindranath Tagore expanded it in 1901, and established a school based on the Brahmachari Ashram model. This school later came to be known as Visva Bharati University, which was declared to be a central university and an institute of national importance in 1951. Rabindra Bhavan is the main focus of Vishwa Bharati. It has a museum, archives, library, manuscript, correspondence, paintings, and sketches of Tagore. The Uttarayan complex, besides the Ravindra Bhavan, has a collection of 5 horses built by Rabindranath Tagore named Udayan, Shamli, Kunar, Udichi, and uh, Punascha. Punasha. The decoration of entire Shantiniketan has contributions of eminent personalities like Nandalal Bose and राम किनकर बाजी. तो नंदलाल बोस से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन छत्तीसगढ़ टीसीएस 2020 में आ चुका है. Again, sacred ensemblance of Hoysalas, Karnataka. These temples are situated in 3 different places in 2 districts of Karnataka. 2 temples are in Hassan district and 1 temple is in Mysore district. Hoysala dynasty, which has a rich legacy of art, architecture, culture, ruled over some major parts of Karnataka from 10th to 14th century. 3 temples in Karnataka constructed during 12th to 13th centuries by Hosala kings come under this. They are Chinnakesava temple in Belur and Hoysaleshwar temple in Helabidu. तो होयसालेश्वर सॉरी बेलूर एंड हेलेबीडू का कनेक्शन किस सिटी से है ये पूछा जा चुका है एग्जाम में सीएससी 2001 में. तो दिस बिकम्स इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड द Chinnakesava temple in Somnathpura, they are dedicated to Lord Shiva and Vishnu. These 3 temples are Chinnakesava Temple, Belur. It is also known as Vijay Narayan Temple of Belur. It is a Vishnu temple. ठीक है, ये important information है. डेटी से related questions आए हैं एग्जाम में. Located on the banks of Yagachi River. This temple was commissioned by King Vishnu Vardhan in 1117 CE. It is also called Velapura, which was the early capital of Hoysala Empire. The temple depicts scenes from the lives of Vishnu and his reincarnations, and also from the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. होयसालेश्वर टेम्पल का लोकेशन क्या है? हैलाबिडू है. ये लोकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन यूपीपीसीएस 2003 में पूछा जा चुका है, तो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट, आप इसको मार्क कर ले. This temple is also known as Halabidu temple. It is a Shiva temple. Again, deity से related questions आ सकते हैं. It is situated on the banks of Dwar Samudra Tank. The temple was commissioned during the reign of Hoysala king Vishnuvardhan Hoysaleshwar. It has more than 240 wall sculptures all over the outer wall. Chinnakesava temple, Somnathpura. It is also a Vishnu temple situated on the banks of river Kaveri and Somnathpura. The temple is enclosed in a courtyard with a pillared corridor of small shrines damaged. The damage ho chuke hain ye. The main temple in the center is on the high star-shaped platform with 3 symmetrical sanctums, Garbhagriha, set in a square matrix of 89 into 89, oriented along the east-west and north-south axis. The western sanctum was for a statue of Kesava, missing, जो कि ये missing है अब. The northern sanctum of Janardhana and the southern sanctum of Venugopala, all forms of Vishnu. Benefits of the World Heritage Site status. क्या क्या benefits मिलते हैं? Brings international attention to the need for the preservation and conservation of the site. Brings tourism to the site, ensuring economic benefits. UNESCO provides funds for restoring, preservation, and training if required, promotes close ties with United Nations and provides prestige and support, enables access to global project management resources, facilitates creation of partnerships between the government, private sector, and NGOs to achieve conservation goals. Site becomes protected under the Geneva Convention against destruction or misuse during wartime. In 2022, six Indian sites have been added in the tentative list of World Heritage Sites, namely geoglyphs of Konkan region of India in Maharashtra, Jing King Living Root Bridge, cultural landscape in Meghalaya, Sri Veerbhadra Temple and monolithic bull Nandi, Lepakshi, the Vijayanagar sculpture and painting art tradition in Andhra Pradesh, Sun Temple Modhera and its adjoining monuments in Gujarat, Vadnagar, a multi-layered historic town in Gujarat, rock cut sculpture and reliefs of Unakoti Range and Unakoti district in Gujarat. List of World Heritage Sites, World Heritage in Danger. The list of World Heritage in Danger is designed to inform people of condition which threaten the very characteristics for which a property was inscribed on the World Heritage list and to encourage corrective action in that regard. As of July 2023, the World Heritage Committee has included 55 properties from across the globe in the list of World Heritage in Danger in accordance with the provisions of World Heritage Convention in 1972. The committee can allocate immediate assistance from the World Heritage Fund to endangered property. A World Heritage Site may lose its designation when the UNESCO World Heritage Committee determines that they are not properly managed or protected even after its inclusion in the danger list. Thereafter, it is included in the list of former World Heritage Sites. No property from India has been added to UNESCO danger list as of July 2023. अभी तक किसी को भी किया नहीं गया है. तो यहाँ पे हम कंप्लीट करते हैं चैप्टर 8 which was about UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India. Now let's move on to chapter 9 which is about Indian music. Extremely important chapter. We'll get to see a lot of PYQs regarding this topic. So let's start. Introduction. Music is the soul of any culture, and India has had a long tradition of musical ingenuity. It is said that Narad Muni, the sage, introduced the art of music to earth, and that he also taught the inhabitants of the earth about the sound that pervades the whole universe, called Nada Brahma. The musical instrument, the seven-holed flute, has been recovered from the sites of Indus Valley civilization. Another instrument, the Ravana Hath, is believed to have originated from the Hela civilization in Sri Lanka and is one of the oldest known. Literary traces of music can be found from about 2000 years ago during the Vedic era. All seven notes of raga Kharahara, Kharahara Priya can be found in descending order in Samaveda. सामवेद से रिलेटेड एक क्वेश्चन आया हुआ एग्जाम में कि कौन सा वेद है जो म्यूजिकल हिम्स से रिलेटेड है, जिसमें म्यूजिकल हिम्स है. तो ये क्वेश्चन मल्टीपल टाइम्स आपका एमपीपीसीएस 2019 सॉरी 1999 और यूपीपीसीएस 2003 में पूछा जा चुका है. द साइंस ऑफ म्यूजिक इज कॉल्ड गांधार वेद. अब गांधार अवार्ड एक मिलता है जो कि क्लासिकल आर्ट के लिए मिलता है. तो अगर आपको ये वर्ड पता है जो कि म्यूजिक से रिलेटेड है तो आपको ये भी पता चलेगा कि ये क्लासिकल आर्ट से रिलेटेड है और ये यूपीपीसीएस 1992 में मैच द फॉलोइंग टाइप के क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है. तो आप ऐसे थोड़ा, अगर आपको थोड़ी सी ऐसे ऊपरी नॉलेज है तो आप ये क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हो. Parts of the instrument veena are mentioned in Athreya Arankya. ये आप अरण्यका, ये आपका जो ऐत्रेय अरण्यका है, ये आपका ऋग्वेद का पार्ट है. ये राजस्थान एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विसेज 2013 एंड एमपीपीसीएस 2017 में पूछा जा चुका क्वेश्चन है. Jaiminia Brahmana speaks about dance and music collectively. Musicologists have purported theories about the word Om being the source of all ragas and notes. Panini in the 4th century BC made the first proper reference to the art of making music, but the first reference to musical theory was discussed in Bharata's Natya Shastra, which was written and compiled between 200 BC to 200 AD. अब नाट्य शास्त्र को बाइबल ऑफ नॉर्थ इंडियन क्लासिकल म्यूजिक भी कहा जाता है। ये स्टेटमेंट आप नोट करके रख सकते हैं। हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडियन म्यूजिक की अगर हम बात करें तो मच ऑफ द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ म्यूजिक stems from it being played at religious sites. This type of ritualistic music was displayed in the later Vedic period through a type of music called sangam, which involved chanting of verses that were usually set to musical patterns. The epics were also set to a narrative type of music called jatigan या फिर जातिगत. The first work that clarified and elaborated on the subject of musicology was Bharata's Natya Shastra. This contains several important chapters on music, especially those that identified the octave and elaborated its 22 keys. These 22 keys were recognized as Shrutis and or Srutis. This distinction was made in Datilam, a text that endorsed the existence of 22 Srutis per octave and made the suggestion that these were the only sounds that the human body could make. Sarangadev, a 13th century musicologist who wrote a classical text on music, the Sangeet Ratnakar, seconded this view. Sangeet Ratnakar defined about 264 ragas, including some from the North Indian and Dravidian repertoires. Its greatest contribution was to identify and describe the various microtones and classify them into different categories. Later on, medieval texts on musicology focused on particular themes. For example, Brihadesi, written in Sanskrit between 6th to 8th century by Matang, focused on the definition of the word rag. Oh, other important texts of this period includes Swarmala Kalanidhi written by Ramamatya. तो किसने क्या लिखा है इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन तो हमेशा आया हुआ है तो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट in 16th century which again deals primarily with ragas. Chatur Dandi Prakashika, written by Venkat Makhin, ये यूपीपीसीएस 2021 में पूछा जा चुका क्वेश्चन है मैच द फॉलोइंग में. In the 17th century is also well known for the important information it contains on Carnatic musicology. During the ancient and early medieval period, evidence can be found for the existence of gurukuls, where students lived with their teachers in order to become masters in the art of music. अब गुरुकुल सिस्टम क्या था? So this is also known as ashram, hermitage system, and it embodied the guru shishya tradition under which the teacher and student relationship was very close. In the ancient period, the teachers or masters were sages, and the students had to live in the hermitage of for 12 years, gain knowledge by serving their master. These hermitages received patronage from kings and other wealthy persons. Life in the hermitage was rigorous and pensive, and in-depth knowledge obtained through direct experience. All students were, whether a prince or a commoner, were treated the same, and there was no discrimination. This was the very distinct feature of the Gurukul system. The change in the tenor of music came with the influence of Persian elements. This influx of Islamic and Persian elements changed the face of North Indian music. For example, the Dhruva Pad or the devotional style of singing patronized by the rulers was transformed into Dhrupad style in the 15th century. तो ध्रुपद किससे रिलेटेड है? डिवोशनल स्टाइल ऑफ सिंगिंग से रिलेटेड है. ये क्वेश्चन सीएसई 2012 में आ चुका है. The 17th century, a new form of Hindustani music had evolved called the Khayal style. Furthermore, many more styles of folk singing emerged. The sculptures of Gandharvas are found in different locations of South Asia. Gandharvas are celestial musicians carrying different types of musical instruments. According to Hindu mythology, they are the musicians of Lord Indra's heaven. They are also mentioned in Vedic era literature. Anatomy of Indian music की अगर हम बात करें तो before one delves into different types and kinds of Indian music, it is necessary to understand the anatomy of Indian classical music. There are three main pillars of Indian classical music, mainly raga, ताल and स्वर. These elements can be seen as follows. सबसे पहले स्वर की अगर हम बात करें तो in the ancient period the term swar was associated with the recitation of the Vedas. Over time, the term was used to define the note or scale degree in a composition. In the Natya Shastra, Bharat divided the swaras into scale of 22 notes. Currently, the notational system of Hindustani music is defined by the following abbreviated swar: Sare Gama Padhani. The seven swaras together are called Saptak or Sargam. He described each pitch using the names mentioned in the table on the right side. तो शादजा ये टॉनिक है और इसको सा बोलते हैं. ऋषभ सुपर टॉनिक रे, गांधार मीडियंट गा, मध्यम सब डोमिनेंट मा, पंचम डोमिनेंट पा, धैवत सब मीडियंट धा, निषद सब टॉनिक नी. The swar differs from shruti. A shruti is the smallest gradation of pitch representing the quality of frequency. There are 22 shrutis or microtones, of which only 12 are audible. These 12 include the seven Shuddha swaras and five Vikrit swaras. Sare, Gama, Padhani and Sud are Shuddha swaras. ठीक है? Do we have time left? Yes, we do. We have 5 minutes. Let's continue. Rag. The word rag comes from the Sanskrit word which means to delight or be happy and satisfy a person. The ragas form the basis of melody, while the tala become the basis of the rhythm. Each melodic structure of the raga has something similar to a distinct personality, subject, and a mood evoked by the sound. The basic element necessary for the working of a raga is the note on which it is based. According to the number of notes in the raga, there are three main jatis or categories: or Audaf or Udava raga, a pentatonic raga which contains five notes; Shadava raga, a hexatonic raga which contains six notes; Sampurna rag, a heptatonic rag which contains seven notes. तो पेंटा मतलब फाइव, हेक्सा मतलब सिक्स एंड हेप्टाटोनिक मतलब हेप्टा मतलब सेवन. तो आप ऐसे भी याद रख सकते हो. A raga is neither a scale nor a mode, but it is a scientific, precise, subtle, and aesthetic melodic form with its own peculiar ascending and descending movement, which consists of either a full octave or a series of five, six, or seven notes. There are three major types of raga or rag bhed. सबसे पहले शुद्ध राग. This is a rag in which if any notes that are absent in its composition are played, its nature and form do not change. Chhayalag Raj, this is a rag in which if any note is played, if any notes that are not present in the original composition are played, its nature and form change. Sankirna Rag, this is a rag in which there is a combination of two or more ragas. Hence, each rag should contain the basic five notes. Amongst three rags, the king is the principal note on which the raga is built. This is called Vadi and it is used most often in the composition. The next important note is the queen, which corresponds with the fourth or fifth note in relation to the principal rag. The second most important note of the rag is called Samvadi. All notes are in the composition or other than Vadi and Samvadi are called Anuvadi. Finally, the notes that are not present in the composition are called Vivadi. Furthermore, the ascent of the notes means that each note is higher than the preceding note. For example, Sare Gama Padhani, this ascent is called Aroha. Similarly, the descent of the notes is called Avaroha, where each note is lower than the preceding note. For example, Nidha, Pama, Gare, Sa. Depending on the ascent and descent of the notes, the ragas can be divided into three speeds or lay: Vilambit, slow; Madhya, medium; and Drut, fast. Although there are 72 melas or parent scale on which ragas are based under Carnatic music, there are six main ragas under Hindustani music repertoire, and all of these are time and season specific and evoke a particular type of emotion या फिर रस जिसको बोलते हैं. तो भैरव, इसका टाइम डॉन होता है एंड एनी सीजन. मूड क्या होता है? पीस होता है. हिंडोल, मॉर्निंग, स्प्रिंग इवोक्स स्वीटनेस ऑफ अ यंग कपल. दीपक, नाइट, समर, कंपैशन. मेघ, लव, रेनी, करेज. श्री, इवनिंग, विंटर, ग्लैडनेस. मालकोश, मिडनाइट, विंटर, वीर और brave. Ras, the reason behind the creation of ragas was to evoke emotional responses in the performer and the audience. These emotions, which are evoked through the singing and playing of instruments, are called rasas. The rasas have also been described as an aesthetic delight, as they are consciously made to evoke an emotion through someone else's art, even though they are free from the limitations of personal feelings. Initially, there are eight rasas, but later another ras called Shant ras was added to make nine rasas or Nauras. These are Shringar, love; Hasya, humor slash laughter; Karun, Karuna, pathos; Raudra, anger; Bhayanak, horror; Veer, bravery; Adbhut, wonder; Vibhatsya, disgust; and Shant, peace or calm. However, after the 15th century, bhakti or the ras of devotion or to God became widely accepted in the initial corpus of the nine rasas. Some musicologists argue that bhakti or shant ras are one and the same. Do we have time left? We are off limits, so we'll start with Tal in the next lecture. So keep watching Ghatna Sutra and keep learning. We'll meet in the next lecture. Till then, bye.